what can you then advise? Okay, let's take a simple example. There's already a couple, they are already in the act, okay? They are already practicing it. They are already in concubinage, they are cohabiting already. What advice can you give the girl, the man, or their kids? I mean, what can you tell them? What solutions, what advice can you give this kind of people?
What advice I would give to people who are already or who have plans?
Who are already living together.
Okay.
And maybe also to those who are thinking of, okay, you can advise them.
Now I'd like to talk most to those who are thinking of, to not even venture into that act, because first of all, to me, I don't see, when you are into concubinage with somebody in the society of today, the reality is that most of these people we see going into concubinage, at the end of it, it doesn't yield a good fruit. It doesn't yield a good fruit at all. And even if it does, it is maybe 2% out of 10. So there are very limited chances of you succeeding in concubinage and actually getting married to that person. And then I will also talk to those who are actually in there. I don't know how they see it, how they are coping, but it is I would say, since they're already in, it's still time for them to decide, to sit like a man and a woman, not like a boy and girl, to sit like a man and woman and decide and see things for themselves, if it is going to make it, and if it's not going to make it, they should part ways before it's too late.
All right. We are going to give the chance for everybody to give an advice, because at this point in time, everybody needs to say something. You need to advise somebody. I'm sure that you have something to say.
Oui, exactement, Sonita, merci. Voilà, pour moi, déjà mes sœurs, le concubinage est bien. Le concubinage, c'est une partie du mariage. Hein? J'espère que vous m'écoutez bien. Le concubinage, c'est une partie du mariage. On a besoin de ça pour connaître son partenaire. Ce ne sont même pas seulement les femmes qui sont victimes du concubinage, même les hommes. Il y a des filles ici, là, le week-end, elles viennent te donner la nourriture, elles passent le week-end, elles rentrent. Tu ne sais même pas si elles connaissent préparer, tu ne connais pas si elles vont entretenir une maison. Ce n'est pas en passant 2 jours chez le gars que tu vas connaître qui il est ou qui elle est. Non, non, non. On a besoin de ça. Passer 1 mois, passer 2 mois, passer 3 mois avant le mariage, avec vos gars, avec vos copains, pour connaître qui il est. On n'avait pas besoin, même en 1 an, il suffit juste que le gars parte voir la famille. Ils disent que voilà, je vais rester avec votre fille. On va rester ensemble, on va apprendre à se connaître. Les autres, je veux dire quoi? S'il y a pour m'apprêter, pour mieux m'apprêter, je vais mieux m'apprêter pour venir prendre votre fille officiellement. Mais je veux d'abord rester avec elle pour qu'on apprenne à se connaître. Donc, mes soeurs, essayez le concubinage, c'est bien. Voilà.
Thank you. We are going to give space to Miss Nasse to say what she has to say, to those who are already in and those who are thinking about getting into it.
Yeah, I will first start mostly with those who are thinking of getting into it. My dear sisters, including you, my sisters. We are too very, very young. We are very young to get into such practice. Some might think they need a supporter or something. Look at all of you, you are so beautiful, you're able. And then what do you think of those who are disabled and they still struggle to do something out of their lives? I know of my neighbor, he got married to a deaf and dumb woman. It's not because that woman came and stayed with him for some time. The woman too was visiting, as you people are saying. She was visiting weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. You can go to your partner's house every Saturdays and Sundays, yearly or anyhow you want it, but make sure you should not stay a week there. You will know your partner better and you know what he or she likes. So when you say is to know your, I don't think so. So if you need but a supporter, I think you are able, you are so looking beautiful, you are all looking so beautiful, and you can create something that will support you. And why not support your family or your brothers and sisters, even your mother, your relatives? So my dear brothers and sisters, I don't think getting into concubinage is the best thing leading to marriage.
What about those who are already inside?
Okay, as for those who are already inside, as my partner was saying, it's just to work things out with your partner. Because we know that concubinage must not end well as it can end well.
Okay.
Very often it doesn't end well.
So we should be careful the way we live our lives. That's it.
I'm going to give space to Ms. Philina to give her last word.
Pour ma part, mes chères sœurs, mes frères, le concubinage, c'est une étape du mariage. C'est le pré-mariage en fait, comme on l'a souligné. Donc pour moi, le mot existe. On va voir le dictionnaire après. Donc, il faut étudier ton mari. Pour celles qui pensent, celles qui envisagent avec leur copain pendant...
Comme moi, parce que...
Bientôt. Donc, il faut étudier ton... Il faut clarifier d'abord, parce qu'avant de vivre avec un homme, il faut d'abord que le concubinage a plus abouti au mariage. Donc, si tu te lèves un matin, le gars te dit viens habiter avec moi, il faut d'abord qu'il soit sûr qu'à la fin de ce concubinage, il y aura un truc d'important qui va changer. Il y aura soit une dot, soit un mariage très civil. On ne peut pas habiter avec un homme pour le plaisir d'habiter avec lui. Maintenant, pour celles qui y vivent déjà,
c'est la pression.
On ne fait pas 5 ans dans le concubinage. On ne peut pas faire 5 ans dans le concubinage. Donc, il faut revoir le temps. Et puis, ce sera parfait.
This last stage is not a stage we are going to argue. Everybody has either had the chance to say what he had to say, and those who haven't spoken will be given the chance to. So this last stage is just an advice. It's not the stage where we are going to be arguing, we have battled, and there's no need to give marks. So we are going to give space for Ms. Liliane to say what she has to say, her last word, without being interrupted, to those who are in or preparing to be in that.
Oui, il y en a qui ont vraiment peur de se lancer dans le concubinage. Je pense que la vie, c'est les contrats maintenant. Vous faites un contrat de concubinage. Un contrat, oui, ça existe. Un contrat, vous faites un contrat. Au cas où, par exemple, le concubin décède. Si il a fait le contrat, il y a des hommes de bonne foi. Il a fait le contrat, il a fait le testament par rapport aux enfants ou bien par rapport à toi-même. Tu vas à la mairie ou devant l'autorité compétente, tu lui soumets ça et tu as les biens dont tu as besoin. Parce que c'est ça, les filles sont là trop matérialistes maintenant. C'est le point maintenant. Elles ne sont même plus en deuil que pleurer. Elles ont maintenant l'argent. Donc si c'est le problème là-bas, tu auras tes biens si tu as d'abord bien conversé avec ton partenaire. Voilà, c'est ce que je voulais dire. Okay. Vraiment, le concubinage, c'est une étape du mariage.
All right, thank you guys very much for all your contributions. And to all our viewers, you have heard how it all started. What could cause young men, old men to get into concubinage? It could be either because of some economic problems, that is, when I talk about economic, I mean financial difficulties, or maybe they are not really compatible, or maybe they just don't think that signing a certificate is really necessary. And you have heard what are the consequences, and you have also heard the advice of those who are strongly for the fact that you should get into it, and those who are strongly for the fact that you shouldn't get into concubinage. So right now it is left to you to choose which voice you're going to follow. We are not going to say who has won or who hasn't won. It was some sort of argument, but an advice for you to know what awaits you if you're planning on getting into such an action. Okay, we thank you guys very much for being with us, and you're welcome any other time. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.